not to share that with my audience. I want them to know you want that man. You need that man. That man has value in your life.
Mm-hmm.
So which you said, like, it to me, and correct y'all could correct me if I'm wrong. I'm just a man. I don't want to be mansplaining up here. I'm a man. So I could be wrong. But to me that's a cycle of self abuse that black women have
Yes.
perpetuated and given down, like you said, to your daughters and through the generations. And I think that's one of the things that starts, like, the hatred between the genders is kind of the mother giving to the daughter. Your dad wasn't here, your dad wasn't ish, whatever, and they carry that. And the young men being raised by women, well, dad wasn't ish, so what do I have to aspire to be as being a man? I don't have nothing to aspire to be because dad wasn't nothing. I'm a man too. I'm gonna be a man too. So it kind of gives us the I don't want to say it gives us the leeway to be ain't worth nothing, but psychologically, it's like we don't have anything great to aspire to.
Unmotivated, fooling around, wandering around. What's the child gonna learn? Who's to teach him? When you learn something, you was taught by your parents. It was reinforced by school and your neighbors, but it was taught by your parents. Your parents said, Bill, you better not do that. Don't put that plug over there. You're gonna get hurt, a whipping, right? Your parents did it. Well, if the parents don't know anything, how are they gonna teach the children? Now, if we have a generation of that kind of thing happening and the kids are coming up under that, then we got another generation of lost young people.
The country already taken away from us. All we see is slavery. Whenever we turn around, we see the same old black people during Black History Month. Barely get taught that in school.
Yeah.
So for a black man going through the school system, we don't get those images of great black men to try to emulate. So
I don't know, Samantha, and maybe you can help me with this. I don't think it was born out of abuse. I don't think that was the root of it when women started saying I can do bad by myself.
No, I think it was more so the absence of or lack of consistency of a man, I mean, just personally, I'm not that old, but just from what I've seen, what I've heard, what I've read, what I've watched, it seems that it's more so from the lack of presence, and when a man decides to leave and he doesn't want to be there, then we're stuck with the kids. We have to handle it. We have to figure it out. I was a single mom for a couple of years with my 2 kids, and it was hard. I made it happen. We don't have any choice. Right. But I think that might be where part of it came from. And then it's developed into almost a bitterness, of I can do better by myself. I don't need you. Well, no, yes, I can function every day of my life without you, but that's not the way I want to live. And that's not the way we should be living.
Right.
It's manageable, but it's not a goal. It's not a realistic goal.
Right.
Yes,
It's a sense of selfishness.
I definitely
also
feel that way.
okay, go ahead, Taylor. Go ahead.
I was saying it's a sense of selfishness also when when you think about I can do bad by myself. There's an I. Well, there's no I in team. And when we're supposed to pair up with a man in a relationship, that's a team effort. It's not, well, I'm the woman and I'm going to do what I want, or I'm the man and I'm going to do what I want. It's a team effort. So
and it doesn't benefit the kids.
No.
Exactly.
No.
So I have 2 points I'm gonna say, and I want to get y'all take on it. So the first thing I'm gonna address what Jazz said about the men not being in the household and the men not dealing with the kids or whatever. You didn't say this, but I'm addressing it because this is a trope that women believe, that black men aren't part of their kids' lives in mass. And CDC did a study back in 2018, I can't remember, but that says black men, out of all the races, black men were more active in their kids' lives than any other race. So that's a trope that black women stick to, and it is not true. It's been debunked. False. Stop saying it. Black men are not deadbeats. We take active roles in our kids' lives. First thing. Second thing, Taylor was saying something. I should have been writing this down. I'm gonna get lost because got a lot going on. But the second thing I wanted to say was, Samantha, we were talking about the history of this. I can do better myself. I don't need a man, quote unquote, whatever. During the 60s early 60s, late 50s, early 60s, we were married at 80% rate, 80% marriage rate. This is why on my channel I like to focus on a certain time period, and it's 65. 1965, something happened in the black community. Like I said, Tuesday, I sent it to Taylor. Tuesday, I did a show about the welfare system. What happened was that the welfare system happened to where they put something in a structure, something in place to say that men could not be in the household if we were going to help the women and kids. And this created a effect that just, you know, okay, if I want my children to eat, the men had to leave. And they were checking on them. It wasn't like they could leave and come back. They were checking on them. If they were found there, their kids wouldn't eat.
Welfare departments claim that they want to encourage marriage and thus get women off the welfare rolls. But the investigation of a woman's eligibility for ADC discourages the beginning of any relationship with a man and marriage.
Well, if he's someone who is sincerely interested in you, you would like perhaps to invite him to dinner, you would like to, maybe he would like to spend the day with you. And if this happens, and you have a neighbor who particularly don't care for you, then the welfare department will hear about it, and then they suppose that this man is living there, or that you are supporting him out of your funds, you're feeding him with your funds, or if you claim you're not feeding him out of your funds, then their answer will be, then he's giving you money.
And what it created an unequal. You said equally yoked, right? It created a point to where we became unequally yoked because the women were the main focus, and it put them on top of the men because they became the matriarchs of the family.
Society has made living for the women without the husband or without the male easy.
And that's why I think that I can do that myself. A lot of women became the leader of the family, and it's like, okay, the man they don't have any say so. During the 60s, we wasn't balling during the 60s, neither one of us. We were just trying to survive. During the freedom marches and all that stuff, you see men and women both hand in hand fighting for one cause, you know. And after that was done, it's like we just, you know, we went our separate ways.
25 years ago, you would not have heard such things said so freely because they were not embraced so widely. The strong family was still the backbone of Black America, and 3 out of 4 children had both parents at home. That is true no longer. Most Black children are now growing up without their fathers. The result is a world turned upside down as children copy what they see and repeat what they learn. LaDawn said she didn't have a father in her home and doesn't think her children need one. She's not unusual. Half the Black families today are headed only by a woman.